Switch me on.
Weekend Fighter.
Here I come. Oh.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I think he can hear you, Ray.
Don't move. It won't hurt you.
Hey, bro. Wanna make an easy $200? Was this like a thing?
Please, Pittsburgh! Nothing to see here, please! What happened? Are you okay?
Weekend Fighter. Nope.
Oh, okay, I was kidding. Yeah, what's up? What do you mean?
Behold!
My stuff.
Weekend Fighter.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs.
It's pretty tight in that air shaft. I couldn't really move too much. You're on mute.
Oops.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear
Okay.
you now. I just said,
There's a
yeah.
you were on mute.
I couldn't fit in that air shaft. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's why you had me do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're so dainty.
I didn't know I could ride a motorcycle either with a Slim Jim. Anyways, I love the intro. They're fantastic. How are you been?
I'm good. It's been a long day. Had to have my dad come over and help me fix the hole in the kid's ceiling from that water leak. So
Yeah, I fell through his vents.
yeah.
So you just fixed your ceiling, and that's pretty much what you did.
It's
today?
partially fixed.
All right. I went to Best Buy,
Yeah.
bought some things.
What'd you get me?
I didn't get you anything.
Oh,
I bought a new hard drive, and bought some stuff.
For
It's fun.
your computer or for your PlayStation?
Computer. So it's just an overall hard drive. So
I got
for
you.
stuff. Yeah, it was
Cool.
warm out here in Texas. So,
It's warm out here, Arkansas.
anyways, welcome to everyone. This is After the Weekend, and this is our Saturday show. I guess it's not every Saturday yet.
No.
That's on Saturday, where we kind of just have some fun. Talk about stuff we're concerned about in the world of pop culture, and also hang out with some friends and reminisce on some stuff, I guess. So welcome everyone, and then if you can hit the like, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. And then if you want to share this out with our friends or your friends, that'd be great. Awesome. There's already some cool people in here. You want to say hi to some people?
Yeah, definitely.
Before we intro our coolest, some of our coolest guests. So
Definitely.
okay. So we've got let's see here. We got your Mrs. R2 here.
Yeah.
Does she help with the ceiling?
No, she was out doing errands while my dad was over.
Okay. All right.
And
then we've got Joker voice. I was told there was an open. There might be an open bar.
Maybe.
And then Biggles, always good to see you. Is
Nice
the
to see
weekend
you.
really harder? It is. It is really harder. We try to be. So, all right. Well, so we got Nicole here as well. Good to see you,
Hey, Nicole.
And then Broba, aka Nerdy Neo. He's got a new logo, by the way.
I know, I saw that. I wonder who made that.
Some wise guy. Let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and introduce two of our guests.
Yeah.
One has been on the show before. He's
a fellow Texan.
He is a fellow Texan. He said, "I'm not Texan yet until I get a cowboy hat and some boots." We got Codenomics. Good to see you, man.
I thought you also need a belt buckle to go with all that too.
You got to go in the belt buckle.
Okay. I gotta get a belt buckle, a hat, some boots. What else?
The belt buckle's a trophy.
Okay.
You can get a belt buckle, but if you get one of them big belt buckles, those are trophies. You earn those. Rodeos,
what do I have to do to earn it?
Ride a bull.
Ride a bull.
Okay. And win.
All right. Okay. For like 8 seconds?
Well, I mean, preferably.
Okay. I think I could probably do that. Yeah. And then we got our other guest. He's like been a new dad for a few weeks.
I know. Congratulations.
And I'm super excited for him. He's such a cool dude. And I'm excited for him to start doing his videos again. He does cool stuff about retro video games. He did a whole thing about Sega. Which
I know. I need to show it to my kid. My kid on his channel.
And we got Jock Nerdy here. Good to see you, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
The retro perspective. Yeah, you did a whole series on Sega that I thought was really in depth and fantastic. So
thank you. That story has always just fascinated me. How Sega just had this like really fast meteoric rise and almost just as fast fall. So it's been one of the things I wanted to cover.
Well, I was going to say, I'm so glad that you're here, but I also feel bad it's taken us this long to get you on the show too. So I'm sorry about that.
He's been a busy man.
I know, but I'm just saying. I've known him for a while. I feel bad though. This is just now we're getting him on here.
It's an honor, guys. Thank you so much.
Really, it's
wait till the end of the stream. You may not say that.
A lot of time when people come on here, they're like this. So, but
no, this is like a form of the internet I'm starting to get into a lot more, and Brandon, the anime guy, puts it perfect. He says this is just a conversation with friends, and it's just feels like the best way to hang out, other than in person. So
it's good to finally be off the dark web, doesn't it?
According to Biggles, we have completely ruined the show by having you come on.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Now, speaking
he's
of kids,
just mad he's not the one here.
I kind of feel like was Biggles your practice child?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I feel like when you spend time with him, you kind of have to keep an eye on him like a little kid.
I guess I was allowed to make all my mistakes so that I don't make the mistakes on the real one. Maybe I don't know.
Well, exactly. I remember when I met you in Vegas, you and Biggles like hurt his foot, and like you carried him.
Did you drop Biggles? Is that how you hurt his foot?
Biggles hurt his foot walking around all of Vegas. I don't know if he got a blister or whatever. And
he needed new shoes, is what he needed.
And Jock was like, I think he carried him like for a block.
I didn't know you could get children's menus when you went to a bar. So.
We actually did. We went and had dinner, and we did get Biggles a kid's menu.
Dude, that was when we were in Orlando the week later. A bunch of us went to Universal. And, it was like very generic food where it was like chicken strips and fries. And a couple of the guys barely eating. And Biggles like, you guys eat like children. He started grabbing everybody's food and eating it because they were done eating and they left so much. And he just finished it all up. I was just watching him take people's food because they said they were done. He's like, what is wrong with you? You eat like children. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah.
Oh, man. And then, so I think Joker even said something about the belt buckle. Yeah, a belt buckle is officially Texas unless it's the size of the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, okay. Well.
Intercontinental.
Yeah.
God, man.
Like I said, you got to earn it.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been to Lubbock, Texas. I was there. When I used to coach high school football, we got to go down there and watch Texas Tech spring football. So I got to spend 4 days, and those coaches let us in our inner sanctum. They let us in the inner sanctum.
Look at you getting food. Look at this.
Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my, what?
Do you live in a Red Robin?
Thank you, baby. Oh no! Hey, you know what?
Are we got a little ASMR going on with you eating there?
So now Biggles, I can say you definitely want to be me right now.
He had like the tomato on that was like this thick.
Oh, it's
so much bunny food.
Did she give you something to drink too?
I got this.
Okay, all right.
Nothing exciting. It's just water. Now, if you can tell, I got a mini fridge right here.
Yeah, we see that.
It sounds like a lightsaber just went off when you opened that, though.
Yeah, it did sound like that, huh?
That was weird. What was that?
I don't know.
You might need to defrost it. It sounds like it was the fan.
I don't think that was me.
That was weird.
Okay. Someone made a. It's okay. It's okay. So I mean, all right. Well, we got some topics to cover. We got some things to cover tonight. One of them, the first ones we were going to do was, and I'm kind of excited to kind of maybe think about this. And I guess there's been some rumors about Toby Maguire coming back as Spider-Man. Have you all heard about this? I know he came back in the one movie where he was kind of like, but this is what it would be a continuation of the one that wasn't very good, and that's the third movie of his movies.
I've heard that. And
the third one was so bad.
Is it? You guys heard about this yet, or no?
I've seen it. I've seen some stuff circulating. I don't know.
Man, look how young he is. I mean, are you a fan of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Anybody?
I like the first two movies. I thought they were really good. The third one was just terrible.
I'm just tired of all the Spider-Men.
You want Spider-Women?
I just want a Spider-Man. Just pick a lane.
Okay.
Toby's good.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, he was the first like Spider-Man, right? He's like your Michael Keaton of Batman, right? He was like of the major cinema. He was like the major Spider-Man. He was the first one, so everyone's gonna really like him over, I would say, the others. Would you agree?
The first two are good. The third one's terrible, but at the same time, the third one was a lot of studio interference. I mean, that was, if you've kind of ever read about that, Sam Raimi did not want to have Venom in it. He did not want to have jazz emo Peter Parker.
Oh my god!
I remember that. That was
I remember watching that too, going, "What the hell is going on in here?"
I also hated the natural web, the webs and no web shooters. Oh yeah. That's what Biggles said. Yeah, I guess Toby had the
Spider-Man is that's Biggles' thing.
Okay.
So
I don't know. I may have a problem with Spider-Man being 50 years old.
I
mean, he's going to get old, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
he was typically a teenager, so.
I guess we never really had an old Spider-Man, right?
But I kind of go. I mean, I think as long as they cater a story around it, you could have an older superhero. Look at it wasn't a movie, but Dark Knight Returns.
Older superhero. Yeah, but
yeah, I mean,
it would be a way for them to maybe hopefully wrap up the story because he didn't really get to do it with the third film.
Before the next reboot.
Who would the bad guys be? Who would the villains be?
Incontinence and hip.
Wait, did you say hip? Did you say hip and incontinence?
Lack
of fiber.
Spider-Man's arch nemesis, arthritis.
Oh,
there you go.
He can't like climb walls anymore. Like he would look at his hands and be like,
I just don't want them to do any type of goblin character. As much as I, wish they would do a hobgoblin.
Didn't they do the hobgoblin?
No, they never did hobgoblin in any of them. But
no, they didn't.
But just Norman and Harry always having a part throughout the whole series at this point. Like that's just like the one thing I don't want to see.
Do you think it was the excitement is coming from how good he was in Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
I think so.
Because he played the character on par again. He was pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was really surprised at how much I actually liked that. I was like, at first I was like, no way, and then
you even had Garfield. Like, he wasn't a bad Spider-Man, but he even excelled at that character again. So, hey, what's up, Miss C?
Hey, how are you? Yeah, I mean, that was something that, depending on how they handled it, it could have went south badly, but it didn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I always want to try to like rewatch that one again. I do
Well,
own it. So.
I mean, I'm very resistant to almost all current entertainment, and I really liked that movie. So it takes a lot for me to really want to see something nowadays. And I actually, I was like, that's one of the few gems that they've put out recently. So I was really surprised.
Yeah, it was. It was one of those diamonds in the rough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if so back to the villain question, so you said no hobgoblins.
Well, I wouldn't want to see him do another goblin character because there's a few other ones in the comic books too, but it would just feel extremely recycled at this point because that's like all he's fought. Doc Ock was great, but I am trying to think right now at the moment, like something that we haven't seen before.
Well,
yet.
there's there's the Black Cat, that would be kind of cool to see him. To have a little love interest there.
I got super excited with the Alfred Molina.
I would actually like to see Scorpion be a villain. I think that would be different. We haven't truly seen that character. There's been hints to him, but I think that would be a good character to throw in there.
So Joker says, Spider-Man No Way Home had a great moment for Garfield's character. Yeah, he saved the girl. I thought that was neat. Let's see. As bad as Marvel Studios is of late, when Sony does a project apart from them, they are worse. Okay. Craven is going to be awful. Yeah. I mean, you never know. What about Venom? Like, when if they redid Venom, like if he came back, they just recast him with Tom Hardy?
No, I wouldn't want to see that at all.
Okay. Like if they just said, don't worry about 3, just completely forget about that.
I mean, unless they were going to do something where, it was told that they're, getting rid of the events of that film. Sure, I guess if they did it right, but I don't know. It would be like a missed opportunity to do it so late in his career.
I was surprised when, who they had be Venom, that character that Topher Grace played, because I thought it should have been Flash Thompson, almost like having this deep resentment for you ruining like my senior year of high school. And he comes, what if they brought him back as like Carnage?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because, what's the guy's name? Joe. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. That dude's jacked, and he would be a very imposing villain. So I don't know.
I don't remember.
Well, I was going to say they wanted to make Venom look like a, like very similar to Peter, but opposite, right? Where he had the blonde hair and everything. They were trying to make him be a similar character for whatever reason.
Whatever happened to that actor? Topher, whatever.
Topher Grace. He was in something.
Yeah, he did a couple
and
of
that's
films.
about it.
Yeah, is he doing like that 80s show or that 90s
No, that
show?
90s
he's in
show.
that 90s. God, that is not good.
I refuse to watch that.
Oh my God.
Now we know how our parents felt when they did that 70s show. They were like, what?
My parents loved it.
I don't know. My parents thought that was hilarious. I'm not kidding. My dad had Kelso's hair and looked like him in his high school.
It was a good show. I do remember that show being fun. Flash Thompson is neither Venom or Carnage.
He's anti-Venom.
He's
No, that's who he became in the comic. I want to say.
Yeah.
Become Venom down the road. Maybe that's what it was.
Hey, Ro. Good
Hey,
to
Ro.
see you. So it seems like the majority of the people on the panel are not excited if they were to do a fourth Spider-Man.
I'll watch it.
You'll watch it? You at least watch it? Okay.
I mean, but I'll watch anything, or at least try.
Just not that 90s show.
I typically wait until everything's on red box.
I tried that 90s show. 3 episodes in. I tried so hard.
I refuse because Red Foreman is one of the greatest creations in Hollywood ever, and I did not want to see him get ruined.
He's the only reason I made it 3 episodes.
He was a good, like, stern, like, dad, right? He was always really good at.
It's funny, you know, you're always like, he ruins everything, and then you grew up and became an adult, and you're like, I identify with him more and more every day.
Yeah. When it's funny how on TV shows when we were kids, when you're like with the dads, you a lot of them now when you rewatch them, you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. like even the Full House dad, you're like, yeah, okay, I totally get why you would probably want your buddies to help you.
Like,
raise 3 daughters.
I feel like once a week, Code does tell somebody, like, do you want me to put my foot up your ass? Or, you know, I might be the only guy around here that's killed somebody.
It's not once a week. It's more.
Or you remember that scene in the movie?
Sir, this is a Taco Bell.
Do you know how many times I look at my 17-year-old just go, dumbass, and just look away?
What was that scene in Bad Boys 2 where Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, like when the boyfriend comes to the door and they're like, they have the guns like really pointed at his face.
He's like, you ever make love to a man? You want to? The kid's just terrified.
I think my oldest uses that like as a reference when she meets boys that are interested. She's like, hey, that's kind of how my dad is. She met one guy and like, yeah, you know, my dad's got a lot of guns, and I guess the boy was like, cool, can I see him? And I'm like, that's not how you're supposed to react.
No, you're supposed to run for the hills. All right, so we got another little interesting topic, and it's fascinating because, you know, Barbie came out, right? Did you any of you see Barbie?
Not yet.
Do you want to see Barbie?
Yeah, it looks funny.
I don't know. Biggle says this is not coming up on his end.
Yeah. I was about to tell you guys to show his comment because for some reason he can't see his own comment.
But yeah, I can see it. I can see it on both.
Did we block him for some reason?
He didn't get a timeout. He didn't put a bunch of exclamation points or anything in there, so he's good.
But okay, so one of us wants to see the Barbie movie. Is that what
I don't want to see it.
Okay, let me phrase that. I'm not like I want to see the Barbie movie. I'll watch it. It looks like it'll be funny.
Well, I guess Mattel is going to do a Mattel toy universe. What do you think about that? Like, they're literally talking about doing this.
I love you. You love me.
Better be a horror.
Well, I mean, they're going to be probably pushing $1 billion on this first one, so they got lots of incentive to.
I just know is it wishful thinking and a lot of ambition?
Yeah, because you know they did say that Barbie made a good chunk of money. So, I mean, they're talking about like the Hot Wheels movie.
I'll watch a Hot Wheels movie.
Like, what would they do? Like, are they doing like jumping through hoops? And is it like a Mad Max style? I mean, look at these cars. It looks like it's already.
Well, that's a cut. That's Fast and Furious.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what a Hot Wheels movie would be almost at this point.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, okay. It might be kind of cool. I mean, they've been talking about Hot Wheels, like I said, Barbie.
No.
You know, the one that I really want to watch, though, from this list is Viewmaster, the movie.
I don't know. Magic 8 Ball.
They're going to do He-Man again. I mean, he's already been through the ringer. I don't know if they need to do that again.
So, to be fair, the Magic 8-Ball movie is in the works, and it's being written by the screenwriter behind Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, that's what the bear. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's.
I'm like, I saw that. I'm like, I saw Magic 8-Ball. Oh, Cocaine Bear. Okay.
So it's probably going to be like a scary horror, like
it says horror comedy.
Yeah,
I feel like Magic 8-Ball would be like one of those Netflix movies that like are interactive.
Yeah, because we got I got another article here that kind of maybe lists a little bit more. Let's see here.
Polly Pocket and Uno are like top of my list, though.
Yeah, Polly Pocket.
Uno.
Let's see here. American Girl Doll. I mean that they were pretty popular with my sister, so maybe I don't know. Yeah. You got Barney, like I said. What's a Christmas balloon?
You've never heard of a Christmas balloon?
No.
Yeah, what is that? Well, wait, they have Hot Wheels and Matchbox on here?
Yes.
Like,
what's a Christmas balloon? Like, what is that?
I have never heard of a Christmas balloon.
Oh, we lost Jock.
Here he is. He's back.
Okay.
Wait, what is
that? I messed up.
Oh, I thought Christmas balloon angered you that much you had to
because
leave.
It's not based on a toy.
Oh, so it's just, but it's, why is it on this list then?
Because it's a new movie based on a true story that involved a little girl in a Mexican border town tying her Christmas list to a balloon.
There we go.
Okay, so it's a toy movie.
Killing turtles.
All right. I don't know about that. And then here's the Hot Wheel movie, maybe.
Well, that's the game.
Yeah, I know, but it maybe maybe it's going to be something.
I have that game, and I play the hell out of that game.
Magic 8-Ball, like we said, would be kind of fun. Major Matt Mason.
Yeah, that's a knockoff G.I. Joe.
Yeah, knockoff G.I. Joe. And then we've got He-Man again. I don't know if that's necessary. Matchbox, Polly Pocket.
Oh, wait, did that say Netflix? Was
recently dropped
by Netflix. I thought it was saying it was being created by Netflix. I'm like, oh, there, dead.
So Joker says the next Polly Pockets with Leah Dunham. Okay, all right.
Ooh, I'm sold.
Well, I heard that they were gonna make Polly Pocket like a different race and then white. So I don't know if they're gonna race swap it or what. If Hot Wheels goes all out like Speed Racer, then it could be fun. Okay. He-Man is a dead brand, says Joker. Let's see. Okay. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I thought they already did a movie like this. Didn't they do a movie with like robots boxing?
Oh, you're thinking of the one with the short Aussie guy.
Yeah. Rob Butler or something? Wasn't he in this?
No, Wolverine.
Oh yeah,
Hugh Jackman?
Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman.
Real Steel.
Yeah, isn't that the
Yeah.
I sadly enjoyed that movie.
I did
That was
too.
pretty good.
It kind of reminded me of the arm wrestling movie Over the Top. R2 is correct. Hot Wheels is basically Fast and the Furious with, if you want to watch a good Barbie movie, watch Legally Blonde.
He said good and Legally Blonde in the same sentence.
Hey, we all have our guilty pleasures.
Yeah, he really likes that movie. So,
it actually wasn't that bad. The first one was surprisingly decent.
I don't want them to do this one. I don't want them to touch Thomas the Tank. He's too innocent. He's just too innocent.
I do. If it's gonna be a horror movie,
why would you want to do that? Though?
Well, the first one had Alec Baldwin in it.
So. Wait, there was a first one?
Yeah.
There was. He played with them, like, right? Wasn't he like the dad?
He was the conductor.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know how I feel about this one.
My kid used to love Thomas the Tank.
Yeah, Real Steel was the movie I was thinking about. Uno, this could be like how this game got invented, maybe, right?
Yeah. Once I was thinking like a couple of them, I guess maybe it would be along that lines, like the Tetris movie, if anybody watched that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Because I remember, when I heard they're making a Tetris movie, I'm like, oh, how are they going to do that? And then You know, when I found out what it was, that it was like more of the history behind the game and how it, you know, got out of Russia.
What if they did a like a Saw type movie with Uno? Or like you were pulling cards and something bad happened and you were trying to win. I don't know. No?
Maybe kind of like Jumanji.
Oh yeah, like Jumanji.
Yeah. You know, bad things happen if you have a bad move, something like that.
Thomas the Tank is gonna take it in the caboose.
I saw the original one.
Again, I'll watch it. Bullet Train.
Yeah, Bullet Train was actually that was a really good movie.
There was a lot of Thomas references in it.
There was because you liked it, and I actually liked that movie. I thought that was fun.
I feel like if you Googled Joker Voice's comment there, you would really regret it.
No.
Yeah, I think you would. I think it would. For Ryan, it might be Viewmaster. Now, Rick, you got excited about this one. Why would you?
I was laughing because again, it's how is there a movie based around a little red device that you look into and see pictures?
Maybe it's like he sees the future. Someone sees the future. Let's see. Yeah, like he flips it right, and he sees his future, and he sees something.
It's just going to be some
like Final Destination, you know.
3 hours or something.
Why do all these movies have to be extreme horror films?
Because there's no other way.
I don't know how else to do it. So
I mean, Wishbone. If that were a horror movie, you would watch it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I just go like, remember that beloved toy from your childhood? Well, now it's gonna kill you.
Exactly. Like this is Wish. I mean, it's like it could be like almost a movie, that game,
horror comedy.
Operation. You know, trying to get the wishbone out of the dude before he dies. You know.
No,
if you successfully get it out, do you get to make a wish?
Well, there you go.
Was the dog.
You do a Operation game, and you cross that over with Saw.
Yeah, with Uno.
Well, they could do Operation, but give it like a voodoo doll like aspect to it, where like if you mess up, you're really hurting someone. I don't know.
They're talking about the dog Wishbone.
Oh,
you guys never saw that show?
No.
I think I remember something like that.
So I did too.
Code's just like this.
Code knows about everything. Christmas balloons, wishbones.
Yeah.
I read the description.
Apparently, Doc, you made Joker hungry, and there's no booze, so he left.
I know. I just ate that burger too. I purposely did it off screen. So
we're not supposed to tell you yet. I mean, like if we have booze or not. So, I mean, I guess he's just thinking that we're this.
But why is the rum gone?
It's not.
God. Yeah. I mean, maybe Jock's drinking a beer with his burger.
I wish.
Okay. So out of all of those, would you see them all, or would you like?
I'd have to see a preview of them.
Without seeing a preview, just the list. Which ones would you?
The list.
I would say Hot Wheels. I think if, like I said, if it was a Uno like horror movie, I would go see that. And then the knockoff G.I. Joe might be funny. Maybe it's him being sad that he's not G.I. Joe. Maybe that.
There's also another one I see on this list called Big Jim.
That's
I mean,
Big Jim, huh? I don't know if that's a movie that would be a Mattel toy.
That's what she said. Michael.
I think I was in jail with him.
What? Oh, I thought you were Michael. I was like, yeah, he went to prison.
Yeah, Big Jim.
Okay, well, so Jock, which one would you want to see?
Probably Hot Wheels. That'd probably be the best one, I think. So you could go a lot of ways with that. So I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Well, you also have Matchbox.
They could all be like fun individual movies if they do it right. You know, just have some, just, you know.
Do you think they're gonna like make some universe where they're all tied together, like the Bard movie that just came
No,
out?
that they'll screw it up if they do that.
Okay.
That's what I think.
There is some YouTuber out there that will do it for them.
Okay. Yeah. Or right now an AI, maybe.
That's what I said.
So before we get into our next topic, usually what we're gonna try to do on this show is show like a old commercial that maybe we saw back in our day, because that's what our channel's all about, is reminiscing old movies, old TV shows, that classic stuff from the 90s, 80s. Like this Monday, we're dropping our video review of I'm losing it now. What is it?
American Graffiti?
No, we're gonna watch that movie. Independence Day. I am so sorry.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, Independence Day. It will be the
July.
movie. Yeah, still July. So that one's a fun movie. But so we're on this show, we maybe want to show some crazy, funny old commercials. So this one, Jock might get a kick out of this one because this is like in his world. So this is from Super Nintendo. Let me know if you can hear the sound.
Stylish are now one of the best values in America. Just for a limited time, on the Super NES Super Set.
I remember this.
Mario games standard. You'll find the Super Set is like no other system. In performance, handling, and mode 7 control, you'll get Super Mario World and the $3.50 in postage Super Mario All-Stars free with 4 Mario games in 1.
Wow. That's a real commercial.
The $3.50 in postage.
Yeah, that's a real commercial. Yeah, that was when Super Nintendo hit the market, and everybody was like super excited.
Sega had better commercials. They did. Sega had really good commercials back then.
Yeah, they do. So they had some. So I'm gonna find commercials like that just to kind of show on the show.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what my perspective would have been back in 1993 if I thought that was like a legit commercial. Probably just because.
How old were you in 1993?
7.
Okay.
I was born in '84.
You didn't see those commercials? You don't remember those commercials?
Probably not.
See, I had a Super NES with Super Mario World, Super Mario All Stars. Yeah, that's like the 3 games you most likely got. Sometimes you would buy them and all 3 would come with it. Let's see here. Yeah,
like 13 then. I don't remember that one at all.
Do you remember Sega do what Nintendo don't? You remember that one?
Yeah.
I
remember those.
Nintendo had that commercial for Kirby game where a man eats until his stomach is full. Yeah, it was kind of like that MTV like commercials where it was trying to shock you, really.
Yeah.
From or Nick Jr. type of commercials on Nickelodeon that would try to shock you like buying the product.
I remember when I got my Super Nintendo and like just how awesome I thought that was.
Yeah, I remember my friend had one. I was super jealous. But we eventually got one. But yeah, it was interesting. It was a cool system. It was like a really neat system that came out. Same with Sega Genesis. So but yeah.
I'm all old. I remember when I got my Odyssey.
What's an Odyssey?
Yes. It was like the first one. It has
you literally just hurt, bro. You really had Code's feelings there. You really did.
No. Nobody remembers it. Every time there's those old Twitter. What was your first controller? I'm like, dude, screw all of you, because the person's always a Super Nintendo, and there's guys putting in like the Atari joystick. The Odyssey plugged in with a serial cable, and the Odyssey had 2 switches. One selected from 3 games and one selected from 3 modes on those 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was old school.
Sorry, man. Rick, you're freezing up. So but we're losing everybody. Is there like a massive storm that just came through in here? Well, it's just me and you now.
Yeah.
Jock. Yes. I guess I've never even heard of an Odyssey. That's interesting. Let's see here. Are you back? No, he's really gone. All right. We'll bring him back when he comes back. Let's see. I'm gonna look up Odyssey just so we could maybe have some reference to it. Let's see here.
Boom, in the chat. Already on it.
Already on it. Look at him. He's like, it's my favorite thing in the world. Let's see here. All right. Let me. Oh, okay. So it kind of looks like a.
I had a version of that.
Okay. So let me share a screen here. I'm doing like multiple things there. All right. Here we go. So this is an Odyssey. Cool. All right. If you can see the picture here, it kind of looks like an Atari. So where would you put the game?
That looks like something that belongs in like the kitchen and like a 70s TV show. It
does have a reset button.
It has like the wood paneling and everything.
And it has a English button. So Code, where would you put the game?
Well, that one was the Odyssey that was actually the final release that you actually hear. I sent you a picture.
Hey, Code, this is out in your area. Have you been to the video game museum up in Frisco?
Not yet.
Okay. I went back at the end of March of this year, and
I think you're the one that told me about it. I'm like,
yeah,
I have a shortcut on my bar for it.
yeah, you should go check it out. It's cool. There's actually there's where that's at. There's a little model train museum there too, which it looked like they were still setting it up. And then there was like a kids like hands-on museum, and we just ran out of time. We didn't do that, but the video game museum's cool. And if you go, look underneath the bed of the kids' room.
What?
Lift up the mattress. There's a kids' room from like the 80s.
Is there a monster under the bed?
If you lift up the mattress, there's a surprise. There's a fake Playboy underneath there.
I don't want to be on that list.
No, it's there's nothing bad inside of it.
That's like the
it's like R2 left something there for everyone to find. So just like so here it is. So it looks like it has like some little cartridges here, and then I guess you stick them in the front there. All right, very cool. There you go. Yeah, see. I'm gonna zoom up here.
I had family that had a bunch of old video games when I was a kid. This was one of them. There was a yellow one. I think the yellow one had the switches.
Okay, and what would you play on it?
On the Odyssey?
Mm-hmm.
God, I think I was just like I played Tanks.
Tanks.
Okay. I was gonna say
Table
I feel
tennis.
Like you're required to play that on a television set that weighs 500 pounds.
Yes.
And made out of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. I know the other one that I used to play, the other system I used to play. I think the other system was one that was the yellow one that had the switches. That one had Tanks, Pong, and something else.
Okay. Well, my first video game system was an Atari, and then I got the Sega Genesis. So
my first computer was also a Trash 80, so
very cool. Jock, what was your first one?
It was the NES.
Okay.
I got the Duck Hunt Super Mario Brothers, combo game with Zapper. And then first game I ever beat was Mega Man 2. So
okay.
Mega Man 2 is still one of my favorite games ever.
Mine was oddly enough was because it wasn't on the Sega Genesis, because I always went to my friend's house to play it, was Turtles in Time.
It's such a good game.
So we always went over there. Speaking of more, stuff from our
ask
childhood.
what my first one was?
Oh, I thought you said it.
No,
what was yours?
No, it was an NES.
Okay.
It was, when they did the combo too. I had the same thing like Jock there.
Okay. Was your first game also that you beat with Mega Man 2?
No, it was not Mega Man. I don't think I can remember the first Nintendo game I actually beat.
Well, they were harder.
doesn't-
They were harder
Yeah.
games. So it was,
Yes.
Well, I was gonna
beating
say
the game
you
was
couldn't
not-
save it, right? And how many times would you like pause something and then only to come back and find out that your mom turned it off?
You know how many times I left the Nintendo on overnight so I wouldn't lose my spot? Just nobody touch it. Don't.
You put a sign on the TV, you know, like don't touch. Yeah.
I never had the patience. Never had the patience. The first game I ever beat in my life, actually beat, was that Final Fantasy remake they came out with a couple years ago on the PlayStation.
I was like, I can't do this. I'm out.
Was that like 14
I remember when
or something? 7.
Yeah. That was man, when did that come out? I can't remember when that came out, but
Like 3 years or 4 years ago, something like that.
like I remember if you rent games from like Blockbuster, right? You would want to try to beat it before you had to return it, because if you couldn't, you would have to ask your mom to, you know, or your dad to like re-up the return, like re-up the rental, and sometimes that cost a little extra money, and it was there was a lot of late fees in my family because of video games. So
The one thing that I remember and I miss, especially with those original Nintendo games like Zelda, were the manuals that they gave you and like all the detailed information. I
Yeah.
wish I still had those.
wow, I didn't think that commercial would spur a whole discussion around video games. Let's do
That's what I
another
was gonna
fun.
ask.
Let's do
Do you guys
another.
remember the Oreo commercial, the Got Milk Oreo commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys actually remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, I just need to make sure I'm not the only one.
Okay. Well, if you want, I can find it for our next live show, and then you can come in and watch. So I have some other cool stuff to show you about something else that's kind of fun. So someone in New York City, I guess they're making a sequel to the sequel of Ghostbusters. So it's Ghostbusters Afterlife. So I guess they're making a sequel of the Afterlife movie. And then someone in New York City, I guess they went down and filmed a little couple what they're doing and what's going on down there as far as about the movie. So here's a couple. I'm not gonna play the song on it because it does have the Ghostbuster song, but the reel does. But this is interesting. So this is in the city. So you've got it looks like they're all the characters are returning. So
All those kids that were in the last one.
Yeah, it looks like all the kids and the daughter.
I still haven't seen that one.
I really like that one.
I heard it was good.
Yeah. The one thing I will say is I'm slightly surprised by them returning, just because kind of the way the story went, I just didn't see them like coming back. I mean, not that I disliked them at all, but
those also look like stunt doubles. I don't think that they're real actors.
it could be. I mean,
Roba says that
the kids
commercial
got a little
didn't
older too, so
it happened. It was there. And then I got
Oreo.
She took this girl. I actually reached out to her on Instagram. She had a few more. So here, let me show you another one from that movie. Now this is like a bunch of fans came out to see Ghostbusters. So this is a fan car, I believe. So I don't think it's from the movie. Yeah, it could be from the movie. I have no idea, but it's a fan, because these look like cosplayers. I don't think those are actually Ghostbusters from the movie.
If you're on Instagram and you love Ghostbusters, go. What was her name? Girl from Jersey City.
Girl from Jersey City. She's captured like 3 or 4 videos from here. So
go give her a follow.
I know with movies these days, they might be.
They might be Ghostbusters, right? And then I got one more. She took 3 of them, so she did a really good job of sharing this out, and I thought it was really fun. Here we go. Here's another one. So this is another. It's just the cars, and then there's the old fire station there. So, but
I wonder how many cars drive in front of that fire station weekly.
Probably a lot.
A lot.
I mean, like how many Ecto ones drive in front of that?
Well, but I mean, yeah, it's a real fire station too.
Yeah.
It's got like a Ghostbusters thing in there.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed the crap out of that movie. The Afterlife. Was it
Afterlife. Oh
Afterlife,
yeah,
I loved it.
That was really good. That I enjoyed that too. It was
It doesn't need a sequel.
It doesn't need a sequel though. I agree with you on that. So that was my next question. Do you all think it does deserve a sequel, or do you think they're just trying to money grab again?
Well, yeah. I mean, it definitely is a money grab again. I mean, like I said, I liked it. I liked how it ended. I felt like it was open to another story, but I just don't see how
because they were talking about like
the family fits in like a franchise.
Like a Ghostbuster cinematic universe. Everyone wants to do these universes.
I'm not saying it's going to be bad. It just doesn't need to be done.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the Ghostbusters there, Nerdy?
I've seen the first 2 movies. It's, been a while. So I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan. I absolutely refuse to go see that all girls one in 2016.
What are you, a sexist?
Oh,
dude, it was so bad.
I remember Amazon was giving that movie away for free. It showed up in my movie library. I got so mad.
Well, the good thing is, yeah. Well, the good thing is, Jock, you don't have to watch that one to watch this one. So they're totally separate movies. So Afterlife is technically Ghostbusters 3. Some say 4 because of the video game, but you can. It's a good movie. Afterlife is really good. It's touching what they did for Harold Ramis at the end. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah,
I forgot about the game too. That game is pretty good.
Yeah, that game is. Some people say it's like 2.5.
Yeah.
Because they do reference the movies in the game. It feels like the movies.
Which game was it?
Ghostbusters.
They did it for like PS3 and Xbox 360, and then they even did a remaster of it. And it just hit me. I bought it for the Switch. I have that.
Yeah, and you can actually. It was cool how they had you control the protons, and like how you got the ghost and how you put them in. The way the game it worked. As far as the controls were fantastic. I thought they were fantastic. So.
Yeah. As long as it's not like that old Nintendo one. That game is bad. The game's so bad.
Though I was going to say, yeah, they got the 4, Ghostbusters to come back and do the voices of it. But who is it? Sigourney Weaver didn't come back for that. I forget who voiced her character. It was like Alyssa Milano, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And she found out her agent didn't tell her. She got really pissed off. I think she fired her agent because of that.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver's agent?
Yeah. I want to say I remember hearing that.
Oh, that's too bad. So it means that she was kind of in the Afterlife. She was in there for a little bit.
She was in that, but the video game, she got she later found out that they were doing it, and then found out that they reached out to her agent. Her agent never told her, and I want to say I think it was Alyssa Milano that got cast to voice Dana.
They probably could have found someone different.
Like Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, like Sigourney Weaver. Okay, so now speaking of Hollywood, a lot of the projects have either been on hold, pushed back, not working because of this strike. It's been up, I think it's now been a couple months, maybe even longer.
Has it been a couple months?
Yeah, I think it's been since at least beginning of July or around June. I think it's been a couple months. Now what do you? So and actors are not doing their regular rounds of promoting the movies that are coming out. I'm not sure if you've noticed that. They're not even allowed to go anywhere to talk about anything they're doing. And then they're not obviously writing movies. They're not doing finishing the movies. So it pretty much Hollywood is on a standstill. How do you think that is going to impact all these future projects that we just talked about? Like, do you think they're just not going to happen? Do you think they're just going to be kept pushing out? Thoughts?
I just wonder if it's going to bankrupt some studios and then they're just going to be bought up by the bigger ones.
Maybe that could be a possibility.
See some of that. I saw something today that, all the people that are unionized in that group, and then all the grunt workers, like the people that do the audio and the lights and everything, those people are not unionized, and they're not getting any work at all. And they're not, they don't have any of these protections that some of the unionized, employees do. So I feel kind of bad for some of them. I don't pay a ton of attention to current Hollywood. That's why I have the name Retro Respective, and I've kind of gone that direction. So I would say I'm not the most informed on it because of that. I don't want to sound heartless and say I don't care.
Well, there's 11,000 writers in the Writers Guild.
Mm-hmm.
There's 160,000 performers in the Actors Guild that are or the SAG, and then so they're basically, there's a huge issue over AI and how it's going to change Hollywood. Like they're talking about AI writing scripts, AI doing animations, AI faces, and actors not getting paid because their faces or likenesses are out in the world on other movies. And they're just doing it out because they're afraid. A lot of these, like you said, the hardworking staff, that their jobs may go away because of AI and some other stuff that they're automating.
Almost like automation, but for the grunt workers in Hollywood.
It could have happened that way. They've talked about literally taking facial scans of extras. Like say you were in a movie a year ago as an extra, they can scan your face and put you in another movie and say you're in that movie but not pay you. Because
they have to. There's already been laws about that.
I know, but if it's not really them, there's this whole thing
Still
about
a likeness though.
It's a likeness, and they have to pay them.
But the studios don't want to pay them. That's the thing. They're like,
So I'm not a union guy. I'm not a fan of unions. I've been in union.
Yeah, me neither.
I was a union guy. I grew up in a union house. When they're on strike, the people that are up in unions and high up in unions, they're the ones saying, hey, we're going on strike. And all the rich actors and the rich screenwriters and the rich directors and the rich, watching my language.
No, you're good.
You're good on this.
Yeah.
Last time I cussed and they're like, all these rich pricks are talking about how bad it is for them. Meanwhile, these writers, these low-level writing guys, these low-level people, they're not getting paid. They're on strike because they have to be on strike, and they're not getting paid. I was an apprentice once. We went on strike. I didn't get paid. And I have a lot of other issues with unions. I've done IT work for unions and seen what happens in the background in unions. But
we're both from, Code, you're from California. Jock, you live in California. Rick, you're from California. And that's a real
California.
That's a heavy union state, right?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to get political for a second, but I'm going to.
Okay. Like like teachers can't even get fired for doing bad things in California. They send them off to they do something else or something. But like
you get transferred to a new job.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. So when something goes on strike, you have to do it. I remember I worked for a grocery store, and the union in California, they were striking all the grocery stores and over, but I was in Arizona, and they're like, you can join us if you want. I'm like, no, I'm in Arizona. It's a right to work state. My boss will probably fire me and for even thinking about it. So no. So, I've never dealt with unions before, and they're saying this could affect not only just movies, it could affect reality TV shows, other projects, that may fizzle out or never finish. They even talked about The Witcher not even finishing, because it's just that bad anyways, but it's just
he's like, hey.
It's just like, yeah, it's just crazy. I remember in 2008 when they did this before, and there wasn't this whole streaming factor either. And I think it's fascinating because the studios were like, well, we can wait it out because we're still making money off the streaming. Because you and we can still go watch old movies. We can still watch current things that have already been posted. we haven't really run out. There's nothing running out of our entertainment unless they unplug that stuff, right? So they're not worried about us not watching anything because we already we're doing it. We're, and I think that's what the studios come
media.
from. Well, that too. There's a lot of physical
That's what
media
I do.
out there. Yeah, there's a lot of physical media out there. Was that MacGyver?
Yes, it was.
The complete set of the real MacGyver, not the 2017 one. So
I'm like, wait,
watch that. And then I got this one next.
What is that?
That's Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. I'm taking your guys' streaming directions you didn't know it was going to go, huh?
I just want
How about that Pamela Anderson?
Yeah. Anyways, I just think it's just crazy because I think it's going to stretch out a little longer because the studios they're in a position they're in the position where they're not going to really lose a little bit. They are losing, but they're not losing what I think they could be losing.
Well, I think most people think about, was that 2008? They think of 2008 or whenever the last big one was.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, my shows are going to get interrupted. Oh, that movie's not going to get, understandably, because most people haven't been on the inside of that. People like me, I think about, well, there's people losing money because they don't have a choice in this situation. Like I said, the people that aren't union and associated with them, and the people that are union but don't want to be union, but they want to do what they love, and they're suffering because of it. It's I think it's childish.
So do you think some people think even overseas, like we all saw what happened with RRR, like that came over here and a lot of people watched it, a lot of people moved. That wasn't from Hollywood. So there could be
it wouldn't get released over here though.
Yeah, but it could, because if there's nothing,
it couldn't. Well, I mean, unless it went through side channels and went full indie in the States, but it has to go through come on, help me out here.
A distributor?
It's got to go through the channels to get released in the States.
But it maybe, because they're even talking about independent movie goers like Daily Wire, right? They are independent. They can still release their movies.
Well,
Angel Studios,
yes.
They can still release their movies. So
But-
if it came over that way, it could.
Yeah, but what about places like, I mean, I'm just using this example. I don't know, what the right answer is here, but like, I'll give you an example. I'm sure you've heard of it. Alamo Drafthouse. They show like oddball films. And what was it? There was one, Miami Connection. They bought a reel of this film off eBay that got lost and it turned into this big hit, but that didn't go through anything for them to re-show that. They just, showed it on a random night and people went nuts for it.
But then when does it, if this goes to how long does this go before places like Alamo Drafthouse start supporting SAG? Because Alamo Drafthouse, based on their political views, they might start supporting that kind of stuff. And when that's when it's like, then we can't go see a movie. It's annoying, and it's like, over what? What is this over? Rich
Well, some people think it.
Some
people think it could last. It could last till the end of the year because there's such a strong divide between the studios and these actors and writers at the moment of what they want to happen.
I think they're being children.
Well, yeah, right. They probably are, but
or they're just being told wrong information.
That could be it too.
Look at what happened with Metallica suing the 14-year-old little girl, the 12-year-old. Metallica suing all these people because they were downloading their music, made Metallica look like the bad guys. Turns out Metallica was being told wrong information. They were being told, hey, they're actively taking money out of your pocket.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And so Metallica became the bad guy, and that's why they were so anti-internet and streaming, and they were just being fed the wrong information.
They were told, okay, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, that could very well be something that they're being told the wrong information. That happens on a daily basis, so who knows? But it hasn't impacted me really, because like I said, I'm still watching stuff that's already posted on these streaming services. I don't really regularly go to the movie theaters anymore unless it's something I really, 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 really want to go see. The last time I did that was Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick.
Same here.
And that was like almost it was a year ago, almost. So it's like I don't have an urge to go see a movie. It's not part of my business. I don't have to do anything like that. So I think a lot of people are in the same boat as me where what's this? Okay, keep fighting and we'll see what happens. So I think it was silly they did it right after COVID because they already lost a bunch of movies.
No, they didn't. But the thing is, the people that are pushing this, they didn't lose money.
No,
they just didn't make more.
Right. Rick?
I was going to say the other thing, though. I mean, so many of these people, these writers, right, and actors that are involved in this, I mean, just spent, 3-4 years telling half of everybody you're trash.
Yeah, that too. Because so a lot of people, okay.
I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I feel bad for the people who are out of work because they work in the production part of it. I think for some, I think if you're somebody who's working for one of like the big studios, so if you're working for Warner Brothers, Universal, CBS down there, you're probably are getting paid, but the people who are far more independent for other productions, I mean, like those people are getting hosed. And I mean, the other kind of like, thing where it's like, it's funny, but I have no sympathy for like the people who are posting like the residual check stuff. I mean, that's something like, okay, you should have did better. Again, you're in a union, you should have done better there. They're trying to paint it as like poor guy, but at the same time, I feel like he wasn't trying to say poor me. He was just kind of commenting on like, like this is the reality of the industry. Was the guy who played Stifler from American Pie, Sean William Scott. About this wasn't even a residual. He just, for that first film, he got paid $8,000. And it went on to make millions. But at the same time, like guys who were making that had no idea that they were going to make a film that was going to be one of the biggest hits of the year too.
Right.
So, it's kind of one of those things. It's just when you're a fresh actor and you're doing something like that, sometimes you don't negotiate the best stuff or.
Yeah, I mean that Hollywood's cutthroat. They'll take advantage of anything, anywhere, anybody, anything they can to make a dollar. So that's just how it is. So I think they're trying to do that again, and we'll see what happens. I just think a lot of other people are going to move towards even YouTube again more, like they did in 2020, and they'll start watching Weekend Harder.
Well, I mean, I think people are going to go. I mean, right? I mean, whether it's YouTube or it's Rumble or it's Odyssey, people are on there. I mean, this is kind of the new radio, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it's same thing for TV too, because I can't think of what it is, but I'm sure some of you remember. I remember Drunk 3PO was showing off. There was like a Star Wars fan film about like stormtroopers that these people did. And it was amazing production for being really just people who are fans of Star Wars and amateur filmmakers. I think what's going to happen from this is it's not going to be a ton, but there's definitely going to be some gems that pop up from people who are independent creators that are going to put out good content, good stories. And that, they're going to end up getting their break in the industry from this.
Well, yeah, there's a channel that I watch all the time. It's Viva La Dirt League, and they do skits off video game nonsense. Like what if Red Dead was real, and they did all the nonsense that happens in that game, or like, what if Fortnite was real, and they kind of go through all that. Those are they're really talented people. They're talented actors, and they've grown over the last 3 years just doing these skits, and their quality of product has gone skyrocketed because the money they make from YouTube, and then they have the Patreon. People are just feeding that because they enjoy that type of creativity. And I think that, you're right. I think a lot of that will come back.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe we'll get a bunch more indie flicks popping up to the surface.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, I'm hoping that, and again, just because maybe there'll finally be some original ideas, and
yeah.
Some of the best movies I have seen. I like weird freaking movies too.
Yeah, me too.
Some of the movies I was trying to find the name of this.
It's like man gets hit in the groin with a football.
I mean, like
I've seen that happen enough in real life.
I wasn't sure where he was going for that because like I like weird movies.
I like weird indie movies. Dave Made a Maze. One of my favorite movies, The Endless, Something in the Dirt, Resolution. Just these little no name, nobody's ever heard of, because they're overshadowed, and they're some of the best writing I've ever seen in my life. Maybe this is good for them.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll hurt them, but maybe we'll see.
It depends if there's pressure to support, the massive.
Well, these are the guys spending $10,000 of the, putting their houses out on, maybe they're just like, screw you guys.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I gotta make something to pay back my mortgage, So
yeah,
maybe, hopefully, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, every week there's something new that comes out about this, so we'll see. Rick, before we wrap it up, do you want to shout out our t-shirts?
Yeah. Let me get the button though. Go.
Somebody bought a t-shirt the other day.
I know. Did we ever find out who? I'm so curious to know.
No.
Hopefully we find out. We were so excited about that. But yes, if you love what we do and you want to support us, go to visit our MixT store and use code ATW20 and get 20% off your order. We have got shirts, hoodies, and tank tops over there. So get yourself
you can wear a hoodie. You can wear a hoodie where you're in your house when it's like 60 degrees, like Code is.
Yeah. Or I was gonna say, with winter coming up, get yourself a hoodie.
Yeah. I'm wearing a hoodie with shorts and no shoes.
Great, we have feet on the stream. So,
when there's snow outside, I wear a hoodie and shorts like that outside and flip flops. So,
remind me to send you the picture of me when it was snowing, standing outside, barefoot in the snow, having a coffee.
What is okay? All right, no, I'm good. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I know we're all doing our own little thing. Jock, do you got anything going on your channel?
I am probably going to do a retro directive live stream. That's going to be all things Sonic, just to wrap up my Sonic content. That's probably going to be sometime, hopefully in the next 3 to 5 days. I got to figure out when I can do it. Also, who wants to come on and just kind of just have people on talking all things about Sonic. And
what's your next character you're thinking about doing? Or
I think I'm going to cover Mortal Kombat.
Ooh.
And I think I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning.
And yeah, you'd be really cool because I remember we were just talking about, Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. One of them had blood and one of them had green blood. So
it was sweat in the NES one.
Yes, It was the weird sweat looking stuff. I feel like the game was better on Super Nintendo, gameplay wise and the sound, but you can't have Mortal Kombat without blood.
Yeah,
the Genesis had the option, I think.
You put a code in. My cousin had a Genesis, and I had the Super Nintendo. So
the Dullard code: down, up, left, A, right, down.
Then you had to go out and buy the different controller.
Yeah, the 6 button.
Well, if you had the Genie, remember the Genie, the game Genie?
Yeah,
you wouldn't have to do all that kind of stuff. It just did it for you. So Code, what do you got going on? Do anything crazy? Fun? No. Okay.
I'm boring.
You can find Code at the on Discord. He hangs around there sometimes.
I got my Discord server. I got my Twitter at
You
Codenomics
might find him at a
ACCL.
hat shop. You might find him at a hat.
Is it
Definitely
still
find
called
me at a
Twitter?
hat shop.
No, it's
You
X.
find me on
Oh.
X.
Oh, okay. No, you know
And
what?
they're
you
still
just made
called
me
tweets,
remember
though.
something.
Not
Okay.
xxx.com, but x.com.
Okay, so did you all see? Okay, did you all see? And I want to. This will be the last thing I show tonight. Did you all see what Elon did with the new logo on his building? Did you all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
Where it was like he made it like a glowing X. Like, hold on, I'm trying to find the video. Let's see here. So he put up this bright colored X that was like flashing, that flashes into. Here's the old Twitter. He's taking that down. Here you go. Here's
Why?
Here you go. Watch this out. And so if someone lives over here on this building, and it's just
Someone's over there having a freaking seizure.
Yeah.
You know, part of me just goes, I could just see him like shooting a satellite up that just projects a giant X light right down onto Mark Zuckerberg's.
I actually
backyard.
said that. I actually quoted and said, quote tweeted it and said, I wonder if Zuck lives across the street.
That would be the ultimate troll move.
Everyone in that building across the street is going to end up like Kramer with a big neon.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, pretty funny. Okay. Let's see. Yep. So yeah, you can find Code on Twitter too. He does some fun stuff out there. So
I'm on Twitter. What's the new Instagram one?
Threads.
Yeah, Threads.
He likes to troll the trolls, so he's good at that. So
I'm trying to be less drama.
How's it working out for you?
Yeah, I tell myself
doing
that,
good.
and then I get wrapped into things.
I'm doing good. I'm
Okay.
trying to
Poor
chill out.
Nerdy. All I
just
asked is
don't
what
have
was
the-
going on.
Oh man, yeah, Nerdy got wrapped up into our little thing too.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, it's been great having you on, Jock Code. This has
Thanks for
been
having
fun.
me.
You're always welcome to come back on After the Weekend, either for a movie review or this nice, cool little stream that we're trying to do here. And if you are a fan of what we're doing on Saturday nights, I think every other Saturday night for a little bit here, give us a like, leave a comment, and that should be great there. And yeah, Rick, do you want to set them off with anything?
No, because you'll just hit the end button while I'm talking.
I promise I won't hit the end button while you're talking.
Well, do you have any guests coming up for your show on Wednesday?
On Late Night with Cap, I do. Yeah. It is Alex Jeff, or Alexa. Oh, sorry, not Alex Jeff. Alaska Jeff. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I was like, who's Alex Jeff?
I don't know. It's Alex Jones' cousin. No, it's Alaska Jeff. He's if you've seen him around, he's a pretty good, cool artist. He does a lot of animation. And he helped me recently do a logo for Joker Voice. So he's going to hang out with me.
Okay.
On Wednesday.
Very cool. I now want a wish.com version of Alex Jones called Alex Jeff.
Yeah, it's just one of those days. Live streams, right? Yeah. Right. You just saying.
Well, very cool. That'll be good. I look forward to that. Monday night, I'll actually be over on the Cannoli Sasquatch stream. We're reviewing the original Ninja Turtles movie.
That's Monday?
That's Monday night, yeah. So I'll be
okay. I'm going to try to make it to that. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it as well. They're a lot of fun over there. And then
we have a video. We have a video dropping on Monday.
We do Independence Day as well. So we have that coming out, and then
get the VHS.
Where do you pull these things from? For you're like.
I want to go over to Nerdy's house now.
I'm looking for my VHSs and
me. I have to go in like a closet and like an attic, and you're like, hold on.
I was gonna say Nerdy has like a portable hole under his desk. I think that's what it is, and he just reaches in and grabs.
Ah, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Platoon.
Nice. All right.
I had to do it too.
And then, well, I don't want to give away too much, but I believe JT and I will be stopping by over at Inside the Booth on Tuesday night.
Yep.
For a special stream there. So stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, I think that's what we got going on this week.
All right. Great. Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be a fun week. Alrighty. Well, everyone, again, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit the link or like and hit the share button. Look, I'm all over the place today. Yeah, Portable Hole. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That cartoon's awesome.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good rest of the weekend. And we'll see you next time. Later.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.